You are already doing the work. In this context, the work is what is being taken apart, such as a belief, a story, a version of events you've been carrying and is coming apart in private. The grief is real and you are allowed to feel it, but don't build your home there. The connections in your life carry both the warmth and the risk, and that's the price of anything true. What is ending is meant to end, and on the other side of that ending is wholeness. So let the old thing die so the finished thing can arrive. Most of what you're building is invisible to you because you are inside of it. You don't get to see the shape of your own competence while you're still forming it. So the first thing this message asks is that you stop measuring progress by how it feels and start trusting the record of what you've actually done. That is why the work feels like nothing is happening, because the work has no output, it only has aftermath. The work is what is happening underneath it, the dismantling of who you have understood yourself to be. It looks like nothing from the outside, and it feels like nothing from the inside, which is why you keep asking whether you're doing enough. You are. You are being taken apart on purpose. Sometimes the progress is found in the small, consistent actions that slowly reshape your life. Trust that your efforts are accumulating slowly. It's okay that the grief is real and that you feel the effects. Loss deserves your attention, but it does not deserve your address. And you're allowed to feel the full weight of what did not work out. You are not required to keep paying rent on it. You don't have to rush through every disappointment or pretend it doesn't bother you. Feel what needs to be felt, but at the same time, don't build your home there. If you spend too long staring at what has been lost, you may overlook what still remains available to you. Maintaining is what happens when you keep enlarging the loss. Someone who can still name exactly what they lost is still in mourning. Someone whose sorrow has spread into everything, who couldn't tell you where it starts, is maintaining. Grief that is still moving behaves like weather. It is unpredictable. Some days it flattens you, and some days you barely notice it. It comes at odd hours, triggered by things you did not expect. You cannot forecast it, and that unpredictability is very uncomfortable. But it is the sign that something is still processing. The feeling has not settled into a fixed form yet. Grief that has become a structure behaves like a building. It is the same every time you go there. Same room, same thoughts, same phrases. You know exactly what you will feel because you have felt it identically for months or years. There are no surprises left in it. So test this. Ask yourself, what will you feel about this a year from now? If you honestly do not know, if the answer is that it depends on the day, you are still grieving and the process is working. If you can answer immediately and with certainty, if you can already picture yourself feeling exactly the same way 12 months out, that is not grief anymore. Grief moves towards something. A feeling that has stopped changing, has stopped moving. Healing does not ask you to erase your past. It asks you to eventually turn toward your future, carrying the wisdom your past has given you. Your relationships and connections carry both incredible beauty and vulnerability. Love, friendship, family, community, and meaningful partnerships all ask something of you. Openness. There is no authentic connection without the possibility of disappointment or heartbreak. To let someone matter is to hand them the capacity to hurt you. There is no arrangement where you get the meeting without the exposure. Distance can feel like safety when it's actually a slower loneliness. But it's not a flaw, it's evidence that something mattered. You may be tempted to close your heart, but a closed heart can also keep genuine connection from entering. The answer is to love with greater wisdom, greater boundaries, and a deeper understanding of your own worth. A relationship may have taught you what you needed to learn. A season of life may no longer fit the person you're becoming. Trying to preserve what has naturally reached its conclusion only delays the beginning that's waiting for you. What is ending is meant to end. What is coming is not a replacement for what you're releasing. It's the thing that can only exist once you released it. So let the old thing die, because you've already started building what comes next, and your hands cannot hold both. The ending itself may feel uncomfortable because endings often ask us to release certainty before we receive clarity. After completion comes transformation. Give yourself permission to release what no longer belongs in your life without believing that you've somehow failed. Some things have to end so something more aligned can begin. The beautiful thing about this is that it does not end with grief or heartbreak. It ends with renewal. It reminds you that endings are often the doorway to greater wholeness. The life unfolding ahead of you is built on interpreting everything you've learned from it.